Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Kesselrun Resources channel. We're sitting here once again with Mike, and hot off the presses, it's an exciting news release. But first off, Mike, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing pretty well myself. Got a
Right
nice
on.
new undershirt, beautiful tie. At least I think so. But here I digress, of course. Diving into it, you guys extended your strike length on McKellar with intercept of 6.4 grams per ton over 5.9 meters. So tell us what's going on here and break this down for people in a language everyone here can easily understand.
Well, just to remind everybody, so the McKellar Zone, sort of the southwest extent of the Huronian Zone,
Mhm.
that was mined historically, and there were some showings in there. It was named after Peter McKellar, who was one of the original prospectors on the property, and the McKellar pits from the 1800s are still there. We could still see them. So we've just been marching along, extending the strike length, trying to bring things down to depth. There's high grade shoots we're trying to extend, known ones, and we're trying to discover new high grade shoots as well.
Perfect. And just again, for people maybe not so familiar, explain what it means when you're extending the strike length here.
Just in a lateral direction, essentially. So we've got showings in one spot. We're trying to move along the geology that hosts that gold mineralization. Yeah, so this is right from the news release here, and this long section is McKellar. You can see the old workings here, and the stopes, or the open voids that we were mined out back in the 20s and 30s. So we're looking at it head on. So these are pierce points from our drilling, showing where we've intercepted the gold bearing zone. So as you can see, in the gray are some of the hits that from a previous news release back in June, I believe. So some quite fantastic hits, and so we're trying to extend that strike length and start to bring some of these to depth. So we're on the zone. We drill a handful of holes, sort of testing different targets. We were testing this hypothesized high grade shoot here, and then we were drilling sort of up plunge or into a shallower point from this intercept that was released back in June, and then through my geos hard work, boots on the ground and looking at the geophysics and that, thought there was another one in this vicinity, and sure enough, that's what we hit. We had that 47.8 grammer over 0.6 and in a bigger zone of 6.4 grams over 5.9 meters. So quite fantastic.
Yeah, that's really good. Next slide.
Yeah, next. So yeah, this is just a shot of the zone. This is you can see that quartz veins. So we've got a bit of a bigger one. That's a good typical texture of where we start to see higher gold numbers. And so that's just sort of the core of this bigger, wider zone. So there's that high grade shoot in the bigger, wider 1 gram sort of zone that McKellar, the high grade stuff's hosted in. So that's a cross section. There's the drill holes just sort of showing what we think is going on. So the zone sort of bends. That's a typical, we see that in Huronian, we see that at Fisher, the zone, it bends in that fashion in section. So that section would be placed right about here. So that's just a plan view of sort of what we've been drilling. And you can see the edge of the workings. There's the southernmost shaft.
Good.
So yeah, and to note that as of that news release, we've drilled about 15,000 meters, of which we've only released about 8,000 meters of that drilling in results. So the lot's backed up at the lab, and that's the bulk of, and they're slowly trickling in. So good amount of news and good regular news releases should be coming through all through the fall and the winter.
Wonderful.
As we continue drilling. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. And if anyone has any questions about any of this, of course, please let us know and we'll happily kind of dive into it from there. I know it's a lot to kind of take in here. Is there anything else you want to add here slide wise, Mike?
No, I think that's it. I think that's we keep the news releases pretty straightforward and to the point, and again, not to try to confuse shareholders or readers with a lot of fluff. We just state the facts, with a little bit of my own opinion. But we're super excited about this hit. Successfully continuing to extend that along strike and starting to progress, bring it down. We're down to approximately 100 meters. We've got 500 meters of strike length. Lots to go.
All right, Mike. Well, thank us for walking us through the news release, and thank you everybody for watching. And once again, I cannot reiterate it enough. Any questions or anything, please ask, and we'll happily dive into it. But as Mike said, there should be more news coming down the wire real soon. So stay tuned, everybody. And Mike, have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you very much.